putting together my next video, which will be the worst games I own according to Metacritic. And in the process, I was taking photographs of all of the games that I will be showing. So this is basically a spoiler for that video. One of the games I noticed had a sticker on the back, which is kind of unusual considering I usually make it a point of removing stickers first thing when I get a game. But however, this did still have one on the back. I'm thinking it's probably because this wasn't a game that I necessarily cared about. It wasn't going to be prominently displayed on my shelf or anything. So looking at it, you can see basically I started off and removed all the paper. Basically the paper from the sticker, but a lot of times after you remove the sticker, there's still residue left. So the question is always, how do you remove that residue? A lot of times people end up using harsh chemicals, whether it be isopropyl alcohol or Goo Gone. But the question is, do you really want to be using that on, this game isn't necessarily something that, I'm going to worry about, but, if it's a game that cost you several $100s, you probably don't want to be using harsh chemicals on it. So there is a way that you can actually remove this without using a harsh chemical. And a good solution I found, strangely enough, is actually Scotch tape. So I've recommended this before in comments on various YouTube videos and stuff, and generally the response I get is, yeah, I really want to remove sticky stuff with more sticky stuff. But as you can see, you can actually see the residue on the tape. You basically just put the tape on there and it pulls it off. You can see the white residue on the tape as you remove it from the surface. It's very strange, but the residue that's on the case will actually decide that it would rather adhere to the tape rather than the case. So it, for some reason the adhesion is real great on the tape. It's obviously designed to hold the stuff. So as you can see here, this is actually, I had to get some more tape because after a while it kind of loses its stickiness as it fills up with the residue. But so then you just grab a new sheet. I mean, basically, Scotch tape ends up costing you $2 for enough to do several hundred cases. It's obviously a lot cheaper than Goo Gone too, in addition to being safer. So it does take a while, and it basically removes the residue, the adhesive, and you can see the adhesive actually kind of separating. It's trying to decide if it wants to stick to the tape or the case. You have to go over it several times and kind of sometimes use your fingernails to coerce it. And some of the tough spots here, basically what this is, it's either a spot where the residue's just thicker, or a lot of times what it is, it doesn't stick as well to paper or things like that. Adhesive likes to stick to adhesive. So if there's some paper left, it'll be a lot harder. So you just have to kind of go in and manually pull the paper off that's left. So it's not a perfect solution, but it is something that you can do that will remove the adhesive without using any sort of chemical at all. I mean, it's even better than water, isopropyl alcohol. There's no real possibility of damage unless you're using your fingernails and scratch it or something like that. And obviously on cardboard it's a little bit different situation. If you're pulling using this on cardboard, it's possible that the cardboard could separate. So I probably wouldn't recommend that, although I have had some luck with cardboard. Again, I wouldn't recommend it, but I don't know what I would recommend for trying to remove adhesive from cardboard. But as far as any sort of plastic, it works real well. As you can see, this is kind of the end. I still have a few spots, but as you can see, it pretty much cleaned up almost everything. And there is no stickiness there. You can see my finger moves cleanly. Thank you for watching. Like, share, and subscribe.